Hello, and welcome back to Journeys to College and Beyond. When we think about our future, it's easy to put ourselves in boxes. We focus on one specific major that feeds directly into one specific job and one specific field. But what if we think outside the box? Our dreams are not one size fits all, so why should our degree be? If I've learned one thing from hosting this podcast, it's that Illinois has no shortage of opportunities to tailor your college experience to support you as an individual. Today, we're doing a deep dive into one of our more unique programs, combination major CS plus X. So please welcome our guest today and student from the program, Kush.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, we're so happy to have you. Thanks for being here today. So like I mentioned, Kush, we're talking about combination majors. CS plus X is obviously one of them. So before we dive all into the CS plus X thing, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah. I'm Kush. I'm a current sophomore here. I'm majoring in computer science plus linguistics. And since I'm here, I'm also declared a double major of brain and cognitive science.
Oh my gosh. So you have a combination major that you've combined with another major.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you're a busy bee. And you said CS plus linguistics.
Yeah.
So as I introduced our topic for today, CS plus X, that X is really a placeholder for pretty much anything. You chose linguistics.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, so it's mainly, of course, the computer science side. Growing up in the Bay Area, I was always surrounded by tech. So naturally, I decided to go into computer science. However, as I kind of traversed through high school, I realized that I also have a soft spot for the language sciences or linguistics, especially after some of the things I did in high school that really confirmed my interest. And that's kind of why I'm here now.
That is such a cool combination. So you said you're from the Bay Area?
Yes.
And you're a sophomore. So you've been here on campus this is your second year.
That's correct.
How are you finding the winter weather?
Honestly, I'm not finding it too bad. A bit of a hot take. It doesn't really affect my day to day. Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Okay, because we did turn the fireplace on today because it's really cold as we're recording.
Yeah.
We have like a fireside chat, literally. Okay, well, I'm glad you're not like too cold going to class today. Class has just started.
Yep.
How are you finding this semester so far?
Right now it's a bit too early to tell. Right now it is the second day of classes, so I'll be seeing some of the professors for the first time, but we'll see how it goes.
Fair enough. What kind of classes are you taking this semester in your major specifically?
Yeah, so this semester I'm going a little bit heavy on the brain and cognitive science side, but for more of the CS plus linguistics side, I'm taking CS 374 algorithms and models of computation, as well as Ling 427 language and the brain.
Wow, I love that you included the level and the CRN and everything. Okay, so we've got CS, computer science. We've got linguistics. You kind of talked about that. Talk to me about your other major and how you kind of decided to pair all of those things together.
So yeah, why I kind of decided to go into brain and cognitive science as well is actually coming into college. In high school, I had no idea that it would be this as interesting as it is. So coming in, I decided that brain and cognitive science is also a really interesting field. It's also surprisingly really related to computer science and linguistics. A lot of the courses are also cross-listed, so it's also pretty easy to do the double major as well. It's like a total of 6 courses that are extra that I have to take. So I decided to declare that double major as well.
Yeah, I mean, 6 classes in the grand scheme of things. I guess for context, someone who is not a student here, not a college student, how many classes would you take a semester?
A semester, you would take anywhere between 4 to 6 classes in total.
So 6 classes to have a second major is really just like a semester plus worth of...
Basically, yeah,
classes?
It's not much. It's just a semester's more.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
You are really like taking advantage of all of these opportunities that we're offering here on campus, which is awesome. I'm really like happy to hear you use the word easy to describe that process. How did you find these opportunities? What kind of resources or support did you have to help you kind of navigate all of that?
Yeah, so by far the biggest and most helpful resource I've had related to academics and everything is my academic advisor. Shout out Zach Reed. He has been incredibly helpful to finding all of the programs, all of the courses that I'm wanting to take based on what I want to do after I graduate, based on what I want to do here. He's really helped me with courses. He's helped me kind of figure out my trajectory after graduation, whether I should enter the job market or do grad school. And just in general, my academic advisor has been a really great resource to navigate college.
That is awesome. Oh, I love to hear that. So how did you meet or like get introduced to what you said was Zachary?
Yeah.
Shout out Zachary in the camera.
Yeah, so he is my linguistics academic advisor. So since I am in the CS plus X degree, I get one academic advisor from computer science and one academic advisor from linguistics. So every student here at the university is assigned at least one academic advisor. So he is one of the advisors that was assigned to me. So that's really how we got to meet before. He was the one who helped me register for my freshman year first semester classes and all of that. So that is basically how I was introduced to Zach.
Okay, so you didn't have to do too much like digging, looking around, searching on your computer, anything to find.
So of course, you do have to rely on yourself to do the research regarding what courses you want to take based on what you want to do. As for the double major, a lot of it is, of course, up to yourself. Same with the opportunities that you're able to find here at the university. It is a bit self-motivation, but of course, there are no shortage of resources here.
Cool. Okay, I'm hearing that there's a good mix of freedom and responsibility, which is fair, right? Along with, like you're saying, resources, support, actual people that are kind of guiding you through the nitty gritty of like this course, then this course. That's a big thing I learned in college. Is like, you got to do there's like prereqs, right? All that stuff. You get a little lost.
Yeah.
In the, wait, what's the order here? So opening this up to like a broader explanation, I guess, for a prospective student or someone that's curious and doesn't know what CS plus X really is, how would you describe the program in your own words?
So yeah, it's definitely an interdisciplinary program rather than just pure computer science, or in my case, just pure linguistics. It's a way to kind of learn both of them at the same time. And then later on in your third or fourth year, it'll kind of combine and you will be able to see how you're able to use both of the majors or both of the fields to really work together. So rather than just pure computer science, I'm taking a lot of the essential computer science courses. And at the same time, I'm taking a bunch of those linguistics courses like semantics, syntax, and whatnot. And then later on, you will get introduced to more concepts that are a combination of the two, like computational linguistics is a course that is offered here, corpus linguistics, and courses like that where you can really see what it's like if it's combined.
Whoa. So you're not quite at that stage yet, right? That would be more like junior, senior year?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, wow. So you chose a linguistics route. What do you know as some of the other popular X's in the CS plus X?
Yeah, so I know the most popular ones or the most sought after ones are the ones that are within the Granger College of Engineering. I think that is CS plus Physics and CS plus Bioengineering. But of course, that doesn't mean that they're that everyone should apply to that. It's definitely you should apply or try to vie for the one that you believe will be the most impactful, the thing that you see yourself doing. There's also plenty of other ones within the College of Liberal Arts and other colleges here on campus, like CS plus Education is within the Education Department. There's CS plus Chemistry and other things within the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. And then there's also ones in the Department of Music, like CS plus Music.
Wow. CS plus Music, that would be a cool one.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what you learn in those classes. That would be sweet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So thinking back to when you were applying to school here, how did your application for the CS plus linguistics, in your case, obviously, program work? Did you apply directly to CS, directly to linguistics?
So it is an application on its own for your primary major. You have to explicitly declare CS plus linguistics.
Okay.
So I was just looking through the programs here at Illinois. Originally, I was looking at pure computer science, but then I was just scrolled a bit further and there's all of these other CS plus X programs. And then my eye caught on, of course, CS plus linguistics. And so that's why I'm here. I'd say definitely do your research on each of the programs, and whichever one you definitely feel like you have a strong shot at, whichever one you feel seems most interesting to you, I feel like that is definitely a good fit for you.
Yes, I think that's good advice. That sounds like very sound advice. Illinois, obviously, we're known for our strong programs, especially computer science. So, naturally, computer science is a competitive major. But another strength of Illinois is obviously all these opportunities to customize your path here, which you're clearly taking full advantage of, which is awesome. Yeah, so it's cool to know that if you really have your heart set on computer science, especially at Illinois, competitive major, there's so many ways to, like I was saying before, think outside the box to find your way to a really cool and like I can't wait to see what you do later, like super fruitful career post grad, and you really don't have to wait to get started on cool projects. I know you've done some cool work with some side projects, some internships. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm currently a research assistant in the Department of Linguistics, as well as Beckman Institute, our research institution on campus. So I am currently a research assistant for both.
Cool. What does that look like? What's your day-to-day as a research assistant?
Yeah, so my linguistics side, it is a bit more linguistics oriented, where I am helping digitize language from the or a writing system from the mid 1800s.
Oh, that's cool.
Thank you. Yeah. And then as for the Beckman Institute, that is a bit more computer science focused, where we are helping to help with automatic speech recognition for people with speech impediments.
Oh my gosh. That sounds so cool.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I remember like when I was kind of early in college, like starting school, you have your degree, you have your like kind of hypothetical like path picked out a little bit, but you're also like, I don't know, like I have to figure it out as I go, right? People would say to me, like professors and counselors and stuff like that would say to me, like, the job that you get after college, it might not even exist right now. Do you feel like that's the case for you?
I'd say maybe. It depends on like what you want to do with your degree. One of the cool things about CS plus, or in my case linguistics, is you can use it to be as broad or as like specific as you want it to be. Like I know some computer science plus linguistics majors who have graduated who have gone into the job market as a pure computer science or software engineering person who's entered the workforce already, or it can be as niche as you want, entering like grad school with a really specific interest within computational linguistics or something. So it really depends on what you want to do with your degree. As for whether or not my job might exist or not, especially with the rise of artificial intelligence and whatnot, it's a very fast-changing atmosphere on the more computational side. And CS plus linguistics is also pretty related to artificial intelligence when it comes to like natural language processing with large language models and stuff. So that's constantly evolving, and it's happening really fast right now. So it's kind of hard to keep up, and I don't know where it'll go from by the time I graduate.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, your internship is an internship or it's a research?
Research.
Do you have an internship or any side projects that are impactful in your work?
I don't have any internships yet. I'm still actively applying and looking. I have the research though. That's what I'm doing right now, and that's probably going to carry over to the summer.
That is so cool. Well,
Thank you.
Good luck finding an internship. I don't think you need it. I think you'll be fine, but yeah, best of luck. I can't wait to see what you do with that. That 1800s thing is so cool.
Thank you.
What is the goal or purpose of that project?
So the main overall goal is, of course, the digitization and the preservation of language. That is one of the bigger parts of linguistics, is language preservation. So currently what I'm doing is there's that language from a writing system from the mid 1800s called Deseret. So I'm kind of helping to digitize it and preserve the language, create like a corpus or a database of the language. And what I'm hoping for in the long term is to kind of gain some experience in linguistics, or I can kind of veer the path to make it a bit more computational linguistics, so I can kind of get some more experience and more hands-on approach to how you can use computational linguistics in the workforce or in research.
Is that something that you're doing like after school, after classes every day?
Yeah, so it is paid, so I do have to kind of maintain a work schedule. So I do that after classes and all that. I kind of set aside some time in the day or the week where I just kind of work on that.
Yeah. How do you find the balance between, sophomore year, that's an interesting year because you're starting to do stuff like you're doing where it's not a class, it's like kind of like a job. Yeah. So it's a lot of work, it's a responsibility. It's exciting, but then you've also got your classes during the day. You've got your homework as well. You've got exams. You're also trying to sort of find your own path, socialize. there's fun stuff happening on this campus like every day. There's something crazy going on, be it sports or concerts or whatever.
Yeah.
How are you finding the balance? How do you kind of keep yourself grounded between work and fun?
Yeah, so of course it is up to you. You are a grown adult, so it is up to you to manage your time. However, that does not mean that there's a shortage of resources here at Illinois. There's plenty of tutoring centers. There are plenty of resources and everything to kind of help you manage your own time. Me personally, I do have like a calendar, a planner, and all that stuff. So it is definitely possible to manage your time effectively.
That's good. Is there anything like a fun RSO or anything you like to do to just kind of chill or enjoy college life?
Yeah, of course. There are, I am part of a few RSOs. One of them is the Association of Computing and Machinery. That is basically the largest computer science organization on campus. I'm one of the leaders of one of the branches of that. So that is kind of a good way to really express my interest to other people in natural language processing and computational linguistics, to other people who might want to learn more about it.
That's cool. That's fun. Do you guys do like fun socials and stuff?
Yeah, of course, there's no shortage of socials. I think on Thursday there's the open house. So in a couple of days I'll be at that. So there are ways to kind of have fun within people who you know, or just to get to know new people.
This is a bonus question I'm adding in, but I'm curious if you found this RSO at Quad Day.
Yes,
You
I
did.
did find ACM on
Quad
Quad
Day's
Day.
the best.
Yeah, absolutely. I think all of the RSOs I'm part of I found on Quad Day. Outside of Quad Day, there's
Yeah.
not really... It's not nowhere near as easy to find those RSOs.
There's always the one that like it just doesn't stick for whatever reason. It just isn't the one that you really found a groove with, but you still get the emails.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I signed up for like this cooking class or cooking club, but I still get the emails and I'm like, sorry,
Yeah.
guys. I don't know if you have anything like that.
Yeah, mine's astronomy. I signed up for that beginning of freshman year, and I'm still getting those emails.
Astronomy would be cool.
Yeah, it is definitely very interesting. That's why I
You
signed
can't
up.
do everything.
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay. A few questions ago, I had you kind of take us back to when you were applying. I'm going to take us back even further to Kush in high school. What was high school like for you? What were you interested in? Where could we find you on like a typical afternoon after school?
Yeah, so of course, outside of the academics, I was mainly just either doing some like extracurriculars or just spending time with friends and my family, like my brother. We love board games, so we just play that a ton. I was like the president of the board game club in high school, so board games is something that I just find really fun. So I'd end up playing a ton of board games back in high school.
That's so fun. Do you think the board game thing kind of led you to think about your interests or future or anything like that, or it was just a way to let loose with your brother and have fun?
Yeah, board games in particular was just kind of a way to have fun with my brother. One of the things that did help me was another club at school, the App Development Club. That was also one of the ways I kind of figured out that computer science was the way for me. I was co-president of that my senior year, so that was definitely one of the ways that I was really able to express and learn about my interests that led me to major in computer science plus linguistics.
So you're making real apps that could I download an app that you made right now?
Yes.
Should I try it?
iPhone App Store. It is $100 a year app fee that I have to pay, so I've yet to pay that this year. So, but
$100 a year.
Yeah.
What is the app? Can I ask?
Yes, one of them is like some bubble wrap simulator. One of them is like uses augmented reality for bubble simulator, just stuff like that.
That sounds kind of fun. Is it like, what would you categorize the app as? Like, you know how in the App Store they kind of are like,
just a
wellness, entertainment. It's a game.
Yeah, it's just a game.
That's fun.
I made it with my brother for fun. But yeah, it is just something fun
That's
that I did
cool.
on the side. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that's such a fun fact. Have you ever made any other apps or games?
I think that's about it.
That's
They're
plenty.
just
I
a
mean,
few
I've made
apps.
none, so you
Sorry?
know, I haven't made any apps or games. So that is so cool.
Thank you.
So that sounds like kind of a fun, exciting outlet for your interest. You said that this club kind of guided you to your unique academic path. Linguistics, computer science, obviously with the app stuff, and then the cognitive development part. How did you see those kind of dovetailing? Does anything in high school kind of spark interest there?
Yeah, of course. I believe the number one thing that really helped me figure out that I wanted to do computer science plus linguistics, and I believe it is the number one thing that got me into this university, is this research that I was doing at an external institution in California, where it is explicitly computational linguistics, where I was helping collect and use data to help train an AI model to translate between Sanskrit and English and create an OCR, an optical character recognition model that basically it scans the PDF and it outputs the Sanskrit that is on the page. So it's like these low resource languages that just don't have a lot of data for the language. I was just kind of help collect and kind of bring together the data to use to train those models.
Okay. Wow. You're very smart, Kush.
Thank you.
So I see even in high school, you're doing similar work. You're taking all of these pieces, you're bringing them together, and you're using technology to kind of help flesh out a language, keep track of a language, have documentation of a language. Is there a hope what is the hope to use like those languages for that you're preserving?
Yeah, so there's multiple ways you're able to kind of use language. One is just creating the corpus, basically just a database of the language. That's more on like the preservation side, where it is important to kind of keep track of languages and keep some sort of language diversity out there.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, more of like the computational side is more of like the AI aspect of it, where you're able to, the data is used to train AI models to maybe have automatic translation services or that OCR, optical character recognition, the thing that I talked about earlier.
Yeah.
So I believe that is one of the more computational side of it, is the more application of the data of the language to help create some models, something like that.
I see the dots connecting. Like I said, you're very smart. You're welcome. I can tell when you're talking about this that you're very passionate about it. It excites you. What would you say excites you the most about that intersection you're finding between technology and language?
Yeah, I feel like the most exciting thing is just like the motivation that like I'm actually doing something that is impactful. Back in high school or like in college as well, it's like most of the stuff that you're doing are just coursework where you're learning a lot, but you're not really applying anything that you've learned, especially with like courses and stuff. But I feel like with the research and the things that you do outside of the classes, that really has an impact, and it's a tangible impact. You're really able to feel and see the impact that the work you are doing has. So I feel like that motivation of like you're actually doing something is one of the bigger reasons why I do what I do.
I totally agree. And I actually totally know that feeling you're talking about. And it's such a, like you use the word tangible, like, yeah, I'm actually doing something. Like it's so cool to be able to like apply what you're learning in the classroom kind of right away. Like my experience at Illinois was like I go to class in the morning and I like learn all these things. And I'm like, I can't wait to like go to my internship and apply this. I can't wait to like go to my club, my RSO, whatever it is. And you don't have to wait to get started on having that feeling and making something and doing something impactful.
Absolutely.
So that's a really special thing about this place. And all of your research, that's right here on campus. Beckman Institute, that's like effectively on the engineering campus, right?
Yeah.
Is that where?
The far north side of campus.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really pretty building.
It is such a cool building.
Yeah, just a bit of a side note. I feel like the buildings here, I'm a tour guide, so I know like a bunch of the buildings here on campus, and I feel like some of the buildings here are just breathtakingly beautiful.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite one?
Personally, my favorite building would probably be the Siebel Center for Design that is on the south side of campus. I feel like the open floor concept and just everything about the building is just really nice.
It's really cool. That's kind of a newer building on campus. We've been there. My crew who you can't see. Shout out to the crew that you can't see. We were there for like a retreat recently, and it's such a cool space. It's like, if anyone knows about the Circular Fashion Expo, that's like their kind of big event every semester, and it's like a big thrift. It's such a cool space because there's like this ramp. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yeah.
Have you seen how they use the ramp that goes between the floors as like the catwalk for the fashion show?
Yeah, I
cool.
did see the fashion show. Like I just went in thinking I'd study, but I just ran into the fashion show, so I've seen it. It's nice.
Yeah, that kind of experience happens all the time. You're like, yep, I'm just gonna go to this building and study, and there's like some crazy party. I
Yeah.
think one time I was looking for a building in the Union. Like they have all those lounges that are very nice to just kind of sit and study. And there was like a LARPing team having like a big event, people fighting with swords. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so crazy, but it's also like, it was kind of cool.
Yeah. There's always something happening on campus. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And like you could not know about it at all.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's little surprises around every corner. Okay. Well, Kush, you obviously, like we've said, very smart. You're really taking advantage of all these opportunities here on campus. You're having fun while you're doing it, which is awesome. What advice would you give to a high school student who's curious about combining different fields, exploring interdisciplinary majors, and just sort of excited to start their journey?
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say definitely try everything. Especially you're in high school, this is the time to really explore. Once you're in college, you do have a major, you're still able to explore, but in high school, there is just no bounds. You're able to just try out anything you want. So I'd say just go ahead and try whatever you want. Go and explore, see what interests you, see if there's anything that really piques your interest. And it can be as broad or as narrow as you want. No matter what you think you might like, there will be something for you here.
Totally. I love to try everything. Reminds me of the Shakira song. Yeah, I mean, like we were saying before, we were just joking around talking about the clubs that it doesn't quite stick. Like, yeah, try everything, sign up. Like, there's nothing, you have everything to gain and nothing to lose by just trying something new.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you could go back and tell your high school self one thing about college, what would it be?
Yeah, I'd say just don't worry. I was a little bit of a stressed guy in high school, so I'd just say everything will be fine. College, you'll definitely have the time of your life. I am currently having the time of my life here on campus. So yeah, definitely I'd tell my high school self to not worry as much. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's great advice. Don't stress. I mean, the tests and the applications, and you put a lot of pressure on yourself when you're in high school, but yeah, I think you said it best. Don't stress.
It'll be fine.
Excellent. Well, Kush, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your experience with us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, come back anytime. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time.